Also my fantasy. What? We've been spending the last few days doing nothing but playing video games, making out and sleeping, and fucking. We are now wide awake even though it's the dead of night, because we spent so much time relaxing. The munchies compel us to go out, to go get some food. Is she still wearing your shirt though? The supermarket in front of the train station's still open, so we step in and grab whatever looks good. We take the time to walk around outside a bit, instead of going straight home.
こんな時間に出歩くことあまりないので、ちょっとドキドキします。
日中は騒がしいですけど、やっぱこのくらいの時間だと静かでいいですね。
よく出歩いたりするんですか？深夜に。
たまにですかね。連休とかで夜更かしした時とか。あ、敬語抜けねえな。
無理しなくても大丈夫です。私も敬語やめろって言われてもなかなかできないと思いますし。
さすがに家族には敬語使わないですよね。
そうですね。普通です。
少しずつ慣れていきたいですね。
そうですね。はい。
Neither of us have a destination in mind, and we find ourselves at the park. This place has a lot of memories for us, so maybe our feet have gravitated towards it. There isn't a single soul around at this hour. I won't say it's romantic. In fact,
ちょっと不気味っすね。
ですね。お化けってさ。
ゆっくりしてこうと思ったんだけど、さっさと帰り。
I push Haruka out of the way. A looking shadow cuts across my field of vision. What the fuck? I was gonna say, oh, it's not a ghost, it's just your average homeless guy. But of course it's fucking Komoto.
Komoto?
どうして
Komoto gets back up and charges at Haruka with a shout. This isn't the time to think. I give him a roundhouse kick, and when he falls, I pin him to the ground and shove his face into the dirt. He has a stigma all over his body. I knew it.
てめえもユーザーだったのか。
かけるさん！
大丈夫。
I hold him down with all my strength as he's flailing around. I think it's probably an overused stigma, right? He's definitely not in his right mind. His body riddled with stigmas, and I can't get through to him by talking. He's gone berserk. In that case,
悪く思うなよ。
the flames start burning Komoto. Questioning him is useless if he can't understand me. Questioning him is useless if he can't understand me. So I might as well knock him unconscious. With such tremendous strength, I can't hold him down. During his power boost, his physical strength or something. Does his power boost his physical strength or something? Komoto continues to struggle, but he's not necessarily trying to break free. It's Haruka. I only noticed it just now. This guy's lost all his wits, but he's still fixated on Haruka.
Haruka! こいつなんとかするから逃げろ。
でも
He howls at Haruka and then claws at the ground to drag himself closer to her. Why is he so strong? I can't hold him down. Damn it, I have no choice.
Komoto! 俺の目を見ろ!
I yank Komoto's hair and force him to face me. His movements immediately cease. You know, you could have just called Ghost out, right? The evil eye has claimed another victim. I'm able to stop his movements for now. But if I keep using the evil eye on him, Komoto will turn to stone completely. And then he'll die. So what now? He'll go crazy again once the evil eye wears off. Can Haruka purify him with her powers?
かけるさ
Also, can he come back to normal? I don't... After he's gone berserk? Right? The stigma on Haruka's body is activated. Crap. This means she's already been using it. We can't produce the best possible circumstance when the time calls for it. But if this is the best path Haruka's power is pointing to, then so be it. Komoto's extremities begin to turn into stone. The petrification has begun. At this rate, should I do it? No, I can't. But this is the guy who was terrorizing Haruka. The kind of guy who was going to assault her for rejecting him. I have to put a stop to him. Here and now. The choice is clear. I have to kill him.
いやダメでしょ
Hello, Yoichi. When did you show up? I hear a familiar voice. Then a spear runs through me and Komoto. My consciousness goes dim. Yeah. Okay. I see what's happening. It's the fucking... I was like, is Ghost the one that's, pulling the strings here? But no. It's the evil eye. When you start using it, you're compelled to continue using it until the person you've used it on dies, I guess, or it turns to stone. The evil eye releases its hold. Releases its hold.
どきなよ僕がやる
陽一
Haruka Haruka grabs me to peel me away from Komoto. The spear is planted in the place I was, and Komoto is the only one it's piercing.
終わりあっけな
Well, I mean, Kakeru did a lot of the work, so, Yoichi pokes Komoto's motionless body with his foot. What is Yoichi doing here?
名前呼んでたけどこいつ知り合い
Is this like a Haruka using her powers thing again? Because here's the thing, right? I feel like the reason Komoto came out just at the right moment, right, was because Haruka was like subconsciously thinking, man, it feels like something bad's gonna happen, and then Haruka uses her powers again and being like, man, I hope someone will help Kakeru or something like that, right?
いや知り合いってわけじゃ
あそうならいっかこうなったらもう死人同然だし知り合いだったら悪いなーって
死に
殺したのか
結果的にそうなっただけだよこいつ暴走してたでしょほっといても自滅してる
What did I tell you? It wouldn't have mattered if you'd killed him or not. He would have died anyway.
さあてと
Yoichi squats down and starts poking around Komoto's body. I see. If Yoichi's here...
アーティファクトを探してるのか
うん
まだユーザー狩りをしてるんだな
あれないな
陽一
待ってよもう無差別にはやってない
は
だから無差別にはもう殺さないこいつみたいに暴走してたり悪さしてるやつだけ信じてないまあいいけどさ僕なりにカケルが怒らないラインを考えた結果なんだけど
I am a lot more curious about how the evil eye works on the user now. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised that it changes the user's mentality, but yeah, never mind. I am surprised that Yoichi didn't actually turn out to be evil, and it was because of the evil eye that he turned people into stone. Who would have guessed?
殺しは絶対ダメって感じでもしょうがないでしょこういうやつ相手だと殺す気でやらないとでしょ
I say nothing, but he wants me to agree. Yoichi has a point too. I did try to kill him.
そっちの邪魔をする気はないし、悪さをする気もない。お互い干渉しないって方向で話をまとめたいんだけど。
I fat fingered. Shut up. I fat fingered the fucking F6 button in Komoto, and then I interrupted him slightly.
そっちの邪魔をする気はないし、悪さをする気もない。お互い干渉しないって方向で話をまとめたいんだけど。どう？
私も。それで納得してもらえるとありがたいわね。
Boo. Nice of you to show up finally. Sophie comes out of the tear in space. So, that's what's going on.
余一と組んだのか。
暴走したユーザーはあなたたちの手に余る。人を殺める覚悟がないあなたたちには。
だから僕みたいなやつも必要ってわけ。あと、お互いに監視する存在がいないとね。
Besides, it just makes sense that Sophie would team up with Yoichi. Kakeru, you're a bit too busy you're a bit too busy fucking your girlfriend every night or whatever.
監視？
まさか、自分はこうならないと思ってる？
Yoichi looks down on Komoto's body. He smirks, then raises his face.
かける？
He pierces me with his chilling gaze.
今回は止めてあげたけど、次はないよ。力を持つと使いたくなるよね。わかるよ。かけるの気持ちが。僕にはよくわかる。いつかけるがこっち側に来るか。楽しみにしておくよ。その時は、気兼ねなく殺すから。
I mean, it just makes sense. It ties back into the fact that overusing your artifact would make you go berserk, right? So, of course, the evil eye is just... How would I explain it? The problem is that we don't really know that much about artifacts, so I can't really think about it in that much detail, right?
二人は帰りなさい。あとは私たちが処理するから。
行こう。はるか。
はい。
I take Haruka's hand. We leave the park together. Will I ever go over? Will I ever go over? Is he talking about going berserk? Because that's a weird way to phrase it.
おい、
なに？
どっちだ？
私よ。私。
やっぱりか。
無差別には殺さない。よく平然と嘘をつけるわね。感心しちゃう。
Of course Sophie would never work with Yoichi. What are you, an idiot?
そっちこそ、よく僕の前に出てこられるね。殺そうとしたくせに。
手加減してあげたじゃない。今だって助けてあげたし。
誰も頼んじゃいない。こいつのアーティファクトも渡す気ないからな。
その子、持ってないわよ。アーティファクト。
は？
実験の産物。スペアボディが欲しいんだけど、これは失敗ね。
まだ諦めてなかったのか。
もちろん、あなたの体もね。
実験にしても、こんな雑魚の体を使うなんてね。ずいぶん余裕がなさそうだね。
違うわよ。この子、カケルたちと関わりがあるみたいだったから。
嫌がらせか。性格悪。
性格悪い者同士。これからも仲良くしましょう。
はあ？
私がいないとアーティファクトを探すのも一苦労でしょ。
うっざ。邪魔だけはしないでよ。
もちろん。いいコンビになれるわ、私たち。
If evil Why hot? Our walk is quiet. Haruka's worried about me. I try to talk about something, anything, but I can't break the silence. She's probably noticed by now how I tried to kill Komoto. The power of the evil eye drew me in. Yoichi's words stuck with me. They pierced my heart and I can't get them out. The day might really come when I finally kill someone. Yeah, and for Yoichi, that didn't take long. It took like, what? A day? So, you know, at least you aren't like him. Oh. Warmth envelops my back. Haruka doesn't actually know what she's doing, and her trembling breath is proof of that. She speaks slowly and stutteringly, struggling to put her emotions into words.
私、ずっと考えていることがあって、かけるさんが私を好きになってくれたのは、アーティファクトの力なんじゃないかって。
いや、それは。
わかってます。わかってるんです。かけるさんはちゃんと私を好きになってくれてるって。でも私は弱いから不安になっちゃうんです。もしかしてって、私がアーティファクトからもらった力は他人を、運命を思うがままにするような、そんな強い力です。全然コントロールできなくて、周りに迷惑をかけて、もう一人の自分を作って、自分を守って言い訳して、そんな弱い私でも力をちゃんと扱えるようになりました。きっかけはほんのちょっとの勇気でした。その勇気を与えてくれたのは、ノアちゃんにソラちゃんに九条さん、そしてかけるさんです。
Haruka holds me tighter. Her feelings flow right through me.
もしかけるさんがいなかったら、きっと私は都合よく言い訳して、力を好き勝手に使ってイーリスみたいにみんなを苦しめるような、そんな風になっていたのかも。あの人の言うこっち側に行っちゃってたのかもしれません。自分を見失って、もう一人の私が本当の私になって、見境なく力を使うような、そんな未来もあったかもしれません。けれどかけるさんに出会えて、正しい力の使い方ができるようになりました。私は本当の私を見つけることができました。
Well, that's good. 'Cause I don't think that's going to persist into the next episode, unfortunately.
全部かけるさんのおかげです。ずっと私を守ってくれたから、この背中が守ってくれていたから、私は勇気を出せました。だからごめんなさい。頭ぐちゃぐちゃで。何が言いたいかと言いますと、力は力に過ぎなくて、使う人間によって良くなったり悪くなったり、役に立たなかったり役立ったり、そういうものなんだと思います。使い手次第で変わるって、私に正しい使い方を教えてくれたかけるさんが、自分の力を正しく使えないはずがないって、そう思うんです。それが言いたかったんです。
ありがとうございます。
Haruka knows how weak I feel without me telling her. And that's why she's trying to encourage me. And she really does cheer me up. Because she gets it. This girl understands me. Her words are like balm on my irritated heart. Like balm? I mean, yeah, no, it's a noun. If I'm so scared of these powers, then I could just let go of them. I'll be able to do that soon enough. But seeing my fallen humanity, seen my fallen humanity manifest itself in the desire to kill a fellow man. That caused me to despair. And yet, wretched man that I am, Haruka still shows compassion for me. That alone is enough to make me laugh. My sulking is too ridiculous not to laugh at.
すみません。なんか、一人で悩んじゃって。
いえ、私もどさくさに紛れて抱きついてしまい。
もうちょっとこのままでもいいですか？
はい。大丈夫です。
俺、さっき本気で河本を殺す気でした。余一が止めてくれなかったら、俺は一線を越えていた。私が止めるべきでした。ごめんなさい。はるかが謝ることじゃ。
いえ、ダメなんです。私はかけるさんの力になりたいんです。そのための力だと、私なんだと、そう思ってます。だからかけるさんを支えるのはいつも私でありたいです。
じゃあ俺がまた闇落ちしそうになった時はお願いします。
はい。私もかけるさんも未来をつかむ力を持っています。だから二人ならきっと無敵です。でもいきなり自信なさげなことを言いますが、私がポンコツでもノアちゃんたちがいますから。だからかけるさんは大丈夫です。不安になんてなる必要ないんです。かけるさんは大丈夫です。絶対。
はい。ありがとうございます。まだまだやることはあるけれど、頑張りましょう。一緒に。
はい。
Haruka holds me tighter in her arms. I can feel her warmth surround me. It reassures me that I'm not alone. I don't know when we'll finish collecting all the artifacts, but I know it will end someday. Okay, so this feels more epilogue-y than... never mind. The epilogue comes after the credits. This feels more like... This feels more close to credits than a few of the other scenes that I thought would have been the end of the... Never mind. We just overcame a difficult challenge. And doubtless many more challenges will come our way. We'll just have to take them on one at a time. In the end, we'll rise above it all. Until that day when we can be free of these powers. I must keep moving forward. So that I don't drown in the ocean of my own powers. Together with my friends. And with the one I love. Not Haruka. Because I guess it's not I guess it's technically not canon because Noah is the last episode, so like, oh well, there's new episode, but I don't think that's part of the main story, you know? Flashbang. Okay. Thanks. A few weeks have passed since the battle with Iris. The ambrosia was completed, and having annulled our contract with the World's Eye, Ms. Narise was set free. And one could say that the threat Iris posed was essentially gone. But the Sophie that appeared on that day wasn't really Sophie. Yuichi and Iris are still connected. Both of those facts meant that we likely still had battles to fight ahead of us. We would need to fight Yuichi, who was still lying in wait somewhere in the city. But now wasn't the time for that yet. We still have things to do. Like, fuck. Oh wait, no, that's in the... Okay.
場違い感がすごいです。
This is not what I was expecting, but it is a very pleasant surprise.
俺もです。こういう場不慣れなんで 緊張しますね。
Haruka and I anxiously look around the hall. We had Kujo pull all the strings she could to sneak us into this party. Not that we came here out of any desire to feel like celebs.
ターゲットが現れた。
I hear Yuki's voice from my small headset. I turn my eyes to the entrance at once. There.
ターゲット、確認しました。こちらも、確認できました。へへ、いいね。スパイみたい。雰囲気出てきた。空、集中して。はい、すいません。あ、見失っちゃう。
大丈夫。見えてる。
I casually keep the target in my field of vision. It's a female student who also happens to be the president of a company and has recently become the talk of the town. We suspect her of misusing an artifact's power to increase her company's influence.
はるか。
はい、見ました。
A stigma appeared on the girl's hand as she shook hands with a middle-aged man.
今力を使った。ユーザーで確定だ。
了解。そのまま監視を続けて。
了解。
話のわかる人ならいいんですけど。
ですね。ただ力を使うことに躊躇がなさそうなのかな。
握手をした人に使ったってことは、精神操作系とかでしょうか。
かもですね。相手を操って取引を有利に進めるとか。
ある種、私の介護官でしょうか。能力で優位に立てるなら、交渉もしやすそうです。
強引に霊薬を注射するのは避けたいですね。絶対後で揉めますし。
そうですね。穏便に終わらせたいです。
力を使って利益を得ているんだから揉める予感しかしませんが。
That concludes our idle chatter, though. The target is on the move.
ターゲットが会場を出た。
追いますか？あ、すでに尾行してます。私も一緒にいます。今は一人みたい。後期ね。ではミッション開始。
了解。
了解です。
Haruka and I exchange glances and nod. Our job is to retrieve the artifact. If she's using it prudently, that's fine. She would let us take custody of it for a short while in that case too. But if she's using it for ill intentions, we can't leave her be. We'd have to retrieve that artifact. All the artifacts need to be collected if this town is to regain its peace. Our battle won't end until then.
行こう。はるか。
はい。
They really do be acting like spies at the end of this fucking episode, huh? Another flashbang. Alright. Is it going to... Yep, okay, there it is. There's a weird, like... It was a weird fucking... fade in, fade out. It was a long ass white transition. I thought it was like... I thought they were being like, oh... You know, we're not gonna redo the credits because there's gonna be something in the credits that would only be in the 18+ version, so we're not gonna show the credits or something like that. But no, it was just a weird transition, a long one too. But that's it, huh? For 9-9 episode 3. I mean, what can I say? Definitely the best one for now. I have to preface for now because Dexter is highly praising episode 4 and I have high hopes for episode 4, but for now episode 3 was really good. And I mean, obviously, right, you've got everything that they're how do I say this? They're finally incorporating the time travel aspect of the game right? And I mean, it's hard not to compare it to Virtue's Last Reward. Or, well, I guess, well, yeah, no, Virtue's Last Reward. Because in the, I guess, Nonary Games trilogy of 999, Virtue's Last Reward, and Zero Time Dilemma, 999 doesn't have any of these sort of time travel aspects, right? I mean, there is a weird version of it that is exclusive to 999 and then is brought up again in Zero Time Dilemma for reasons that you would know if you've played both games. But okay, listen, I'm getting distracted by the song. It's a really good song too. And I mean, the problem is I can't compare it to episode 1 and 2 because I didn't listen to episode 1 and 2's endings that much. Oops. And I mean, I guess it's the same with the opening of episode 3 because I haven't really paid attention to the openings of either of any of the episodes, but I guess that would mean this is my favorite ending too. So yeah, but it is really good, and I do like the implementation of their version of time travel, technically, because it does set up for a very interesting premise, or I guess conflict, I guess you could say, because Iris, who has become the main antagonist now, instead of the quote-unquote evil eye user that we didn't know the identity of in the first episode, or Ghost in the second episode, now we have someone, Iris, who is going to be the definitive antagonist of episode 4, I guess, too, and is the main antagonist of episode 3, who is aware of the separate branches. It's a very interesting concept where it's how would I explain it? Because, right, you've got one side who has the ability to change fate technically by creating these multiple branches and can seemingly create as many as he wants. And then you've got the other party who is fully aware of every branch that is created and is seemingly aware of which one Ao Kakeru, I guess, quote unquote, is in. I guess the best way to the best comparison I can make is Undertale. And I hate that I'm bringing up Undertale again, because just like in 9-9, well, the roles are flipped, right? Because in Undertale, specifically the genocide route, you are the bad guy, and the guy who is aware of the fact that you can essentially turn back time is meant to be the good guy, right? Unlike in this instance where it's the other way around, right? I hate that I'm bringing up Undertale, but it's the best comparison I can make with my limited knowledge of games that have time travel elements. right? But that being said, other than certain parts of episode 3 that kind of, I shouldn't say retcon, but you know, there are parts from episode 1 that I feel like could have been brought back in episode 3 in ways. I can't list them off the top of my head specifically, but you know, I mentioned it before. But that doesn't change the fact that episode 3 is definitely my favorite one. Right? And I guess that should be obvious, considering the quality of writing has definitely had a big step up. And it makes sense because for episode 1 and 2, they haven't really needed to incorporate the time travel aspect that heavily. But now they're bringing it in, so the complexity of the story has increased tenfold, right? So the quality of the writing would also increase tenfold, I guess. But apparently episode 4 is that much better, right? Is leagues better. Objectively the best episode, and I have high expectations. But we still have some more of episode 3 to go, right? Obviously, at the end of the credits, there's always an epilogue scene. In episode 1, other than, you know, fucking Miyako, we also saw Ghost. In episode 2, other than fucking Sora, we also saw Yoichi, and now is it fucking we aren't seeing Iris, right? This is Sophie, I think. Wrong one.
どう？私の声は聞こえているかしら？やっぱり意思疎通は難しいみたいね。そもそも私の姿も見えてる？かなり怪しいわね。あなたの姿も私からは見えないし、存在を感じるといった程度。つながれたと言ってもかろうじてといった状態ね。まあいいわ。声は届いているみたいだし、勝手に喋らせてもらうわよ。もう分かっていると思うけれど、一応自己紹介しておくわね。あなたと直接話すのは初めてだし。私はソフィーティア。そう、あのソフィーティア。現体じゃなくて本体の。ね、苦労したわ。あなたを見つけるの。思った以上に遠い世界にいるんだもの。ま、そんな話はいいわね。本題に入りましょう。話すことはたくさんあるのだけど。そうね。まずはイーリスのことから。カケルには話していないことがあるの。あなたにはしっかりと話しておくわ。
I was about to ask who she's talking to. Right? Because she's speaking in a weird way where it's there's enough to show that she isn't talking to Kakeru before she explicitly states that she obviously isn't talking to Kakeru. Well, explicitly, she's telling someone, whether it's the player or not, right? Telling us I guess technically it is still us, even if she's talking to someone else, it's still us. She's telling us something that she doesn't want to tell Kakeru.
イーリスは魔術の研究者だった。魔術師じゃない、ただの研究者。才能がなかったのよ、魔術の。誰よりも魔術を愛し、誰よりも深く魔術を理解していたのに、才能がなかったために魔術を扱えなかった。
I see. So, Iris was the one who made the artifacts? Is what I'm getting from this, right?
だから地位は低かったし、いくら知識だけあっても尊敬されることは決してなかった。蔑まれていたと言ってもいい。下っ端だから流出したアーティファクトの回収なんてつまらない仕事を押し付けられた。なぜイーリスたった一人で回収していたのか疑問に思ったんじゃないかしら。理由は今言った通り。
Damn, unlucky that they're still using the plushie icon. They forced her to take they forced her to take on the bothersome job of collecting the artifacts. I see. So that means the artifacts were created way before Iris's time, I guess. Oh, Iris was born or something like that.
別に他の世界が混乱しようがどうでもよかったのよ。だから下っ端の研究者たった一人にアーティファクト回収を命じた。イーリスはナルセ家の力を借りてアーティファクトを回収した。それがイーリスの転機だった。
And then she became the strongest user ever, something.
魔術を扱えないイーリスにとってアーティファクトは魅力的な道具だった。回収したアーティファクトを素直に渡す必要があるのか、自分のものにできないか、そう考えたの。魔術師たちはこの任務を重要視していなかったから監視の目はない。今なら大量のアーティファクトを手に入れることができる。あとはわかるわよね。誘惑に負けたのがあのイーリス。そして誘惑に抗いしっかりとアーティファクトを返還したのがこの私。そう、私もイーリスなのよ。あの女と同じイーリス。誘惑に負けたイーリスは全てのアーティファクトを手に入れるために世界に最悪をもたらした。誘惑に打ち勝ったイーリスは世界を守るためにセフィロトを設立し、アーティファクトを厳重に保管した。私の選択で世界が枝分かれたの。お互いに干渉できないくらい大きくね。世界を滅ぼす魔女イーリス、世界を守る聖女イーリス。私には二人の私がいる。聖女なんて呼ばれるほど綺麗な身じゃないから今ではソフィーティアと名乗っているけれど、つまりそういうことなのよ。イーリスは私のふりをしていたんじゃない。私の原体を、声を真似ていたわけじゃない。もともと同一人物だから同じ姿、同じ声だった。それだけのことよ。
Well, that explains the illusory body then. This is a really cool. This is such a cool way to reveal this. Right? I brought this up before during episode 2, where I was worried about. Well, no, when I brought up the idea of the audience learning about something that the characters, that the main character / main character group is not aware of, right? And then we as the audience slowly, we as the audience watch as the characters figure out stuff that we are aware of, right? And obviously, I brought this up as a worry because in the in the context of episode 2, Kakeru was already aware that Ghost is an evil eye user, and you know, it doesn't really work out as well as if we're the only ones fully aware of the fact that Ghost was the evil eye user and Kakeru never learned that information, right? In the same vein that we find out beforehand that Yoichi is the evil eye user in actuality, and well, from episode 1 that Ghost is going to be an antagonist and stuff like that, right? But this way, this is a really cool way to reveal this stuff. Where I guess she's just speaking to the player, right?
世界の目を通してお互いにもう一人の自分がいることは認識していた。認識していただけ。干渉はできなかった。けれど、この世界への扉が開いたことで事情が変わった。まさか別の世界でもう一人の自分と交わることになるなんてね。ようやく私の過ちを正すチャンスを得た。お願いがあるの。イーリスを、あの魔女を召してほしい。できれば自分でやりたいけれど、理由は話した通り、私はただの研究者でアーティファクトも最低限しか所持していない。あの魔女のように強大な力を持っているわけじゃないの。つまり弱い。私では魔女を滅ぼせない。だからあなたに頼るしかない。どう滅するか。その方法は悪いけれどまだ見つけられていない。でもきっとあなたなら打ち勝てる。鍵は9人のユーザーたち。かける、みやこ、そら、はるか、のあ、さつき、よいち、れんや、そしてあなた。おぼろげに伝わってくるわ。あなたの感情が。これは戸惑いね。
Bro, what is this? Okay, I said I was hype about episode 4 before, but now I'm really fucking hyped for episode 4, okay? Oh. I thought she was gonna bring up like a secret fucking character that we haven't been introduced yet, but no. The 9th fucking user is the player. Unless... Never mind.
やっぱり、ちゃんと力を理解していなかったのね。安心して、ちゃんと説明するわ。かけるにはかわいそうなことをしちゃったけれど。オーバーロードのユーザーは、あの子じゃなかった。
Bro, what? Bro, what is this? What the fuck? What is this? Nah, in actuality, she isn't talking to the player. She's actually talking to a no-name character that we've been playing through vicariously, and it isn't actually Kakeru. I hate that I'm bringing up Undertale again, because at the end of the genocide route, this is massive spoilers, unfortunately, but at the end of the genocide route, I guess I'll should I say the character's name or whatever? Fuck it, fuck it, we ball. Kara, who throughout the entire genocide route is slowly revealed to be someone who, before the main character, before the player character, was as psychopathic and tried to kill everyone before she was killed and turned into a flower. Oh, no, that's not. I'm mixing up my things. Either way, Kara at the end of the genocide route doesn't talk to the character that we're playing as. She talks to the player and, well, we basically find out that the heart that we control is us, is the player, instead of it being the player the main character we play as, right? So, you know, fuck you again for making me compare 9-9 to Undertale, but, like, you know, is it better than me comparing it to JoJo? No. Both of them have weird ass fan bases.
かけるのアーティファクトは世界の目のその断片。怪我をした時に体内に取り込んでいた。それが正解だったみたい。断片ゆえに枝の観測ができるほどの力はなかった。けれど別の力が発現していた。
I guess I should clarify when I'm referring to the heart, essentially throughout Undertale, other than you know, moving around as the player character during battles, you play as this, you move around as this heart icon, and it's kind of Toby Fox's way of implementing a bullet hell system by making you play as a small object that has to dodge, like, projectiles and shit, right? And then, yeah.
異世界への扉を開く力。そう。カケルは独自のゲートを持っていたの。そのゲートを通して9番目のあなたとつながった。そろそろ話が見えてきたんじゃないかしら。そう。9番目のあなたは別の世界のカケル。カケルと魂を同じくするカケルの同一存在。
Okay, hang on a minute. I am not like Hakeru, alright? It's just, I don't have a choice, alright? It's not my fault that I'm given a limited amount of choices, okay?
ゲートを通し、あなたはカケルとつながった。そして、カケルの内側から、時には俯瞰的に世界を観測し、干渉してきた。つまり、オーバーロードの所持者は、あなたよ。オーバーロードはカケルのゲートを通り、9番目のあなたにもたらされた。どういう形であなたの手に渡ったかはわからない。けれど、あなたはオーバーロードの力を用い、カケルと同調し、運命を変えてきた。より良い結末へと運命を導いてきた。ならばきっと、魔女を滅する運命も、あなたならばつかめるはず。世界の支配者たる。あなたなら。反応が薄いから、どこまで伝わっているか不安ね。とにかく、あなたが頼りってこと、分かってくれたかしら。
Well, I'd respond if I could, motherfucker, but the game hasn't given me the option, alright?
以上。あなたが私の期待に応えてくれることを願っているわ。ああ、そうね。最後にもう一つ。いつまでもあなたとか9番目なんて呼ぶのは味気ないわね。名前をつけてもいいかしら。
Please do what I hope you do. Okay, here's what I want Sophie to say. I want Sophie to say my name. Not my name specifically, but essentially the name of my computer, the quote unquote user of this computer, right? When you go into the files of your computer, right? In the user folders, there is one folder that is it's a weird way to explain it, but essentially it's basically a username, right? And in a lot of games that break the fourth wall, this time I will quote this time I will reference Doki Doki Literature Club instead of Undertale, all right? Instead of Undertale. In DDLC, at the end of the game, he stops referring to the main character of the game, and starts referring to us, the player, and chooses and essentially changes the name of the quote-unquote character to being the user, right? It's you know, computer specific. The problem here is that it's voiced. The reason why DDLC was able to get away with it is because Monica is not a voiced character. Unfortunately, that's not the case here. So, as much as I want Sophie to say Ando, because my computer file the computer user is Ando, obviously I'm not stupid enough to have my own name, right? But yeah.
安易な思いつきだし、あなたの世界の言葉でどう聞こえるかはわからないけれど、ダサくても文句は受け付けないわよ。
Unless she's just not gonna say the name and it's just gonna show up in the text box, right? That's one way to circumvent the problem of, you know, everyone having a different username. Or it's just going to be one universal name that every player character would have.
それじゃ、今度こそ話は以上。頼んだわよ、ナイン。
Never mind. The latter one was right. I'm just at 9 now. I'm no longer Ando. My name is 9. Like the fucking doll, like the doll movie or whatever the fuck. It's been a while since I've watched that movie. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I guess just look up 9 movie or something like that. Right, just the number 9 or 9, the word, right, or something like that. It is a bit of a cop-out, but I understand that, obviously, right? They're not gonna have an unvoiced... It's not gonna be... She's not gonna say a name that isn't going to be voiced. Alright, so I get it. I'm just 9 now. But, yeah. I haven't done this, and it's a long time coming. Alright? It's impossible for me not to do this, because I just love Haruka that much. So yeah, she's regained her number 1 position. But yeah, there are a few things that I have not seen. One of them being number 2. Oh well, no, I have seen number 2. It's just... Okay, no, I guess I just forgot that number 1 had Haruka in it, which is weird because the first title screen always has the main heroine of the episode in it. So I know. Actually, no, I do know why. Because whenever they switch to the second title screen, well, in episode 1 and 2, when they switch to the second title screen, they let you access the gallery. The problem is that they did not let me access the gallery this time. So, yeah, it's why it was... It's why it felt weird. The other thing is that, as you can hear... where is it? As you can hear, she is in her Empress persona. The thing is, just like with the gallery, the second title screen also changes the voice, right? Or whatever the fuck you'd call it, of this thing. Right? With Miyako, it was a more friendly version, and it was the same with Sora. It's the Empress version for Haruka. And they're all just much longer dialogue. But either way, I've already sung my praises of episode 3. It's hard for me to... Well, no, it isn't that hard. This is a... Episode 3 is a solid... No pun intended, is a solid 9 out of 10. Which means that... which means that if episode 4 is even better than episode 3, it'll probably be my first 10 out of 10. But, yeah. Either way, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, a subscribe would be appreciated. If you want to support me even further, you could always go to the Patreon. You'll be able to see the 18+ exclusive parts of the episodes. But, yeah. Obviously, right? We ain't done yet. We're going straight into episode 4. But until then, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. And I will see you guys again next time. Bye-bye.